Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Lore Monday, where I go through agents from Valorant and, well, talk about their lore and everything else really, including theories as well. Now, let's not wait any longer and enjoy the video. Let's start off with some nice trivia about Sova, because it turns out that he wasn't actually meant to exist in the first place, and then if he was, then he was meant to be a woman and he was meant to be connected to Nikola Tesla, which is very interesting. Sova's owl drone ability wasn't always what it is now. Before Sova was made, this ability was meant to be called Drone Dart, and it was meant to be for an agent called Jules, which I think is a cooler name than Sova, and I think the entire idea was a lot better, to be honest. But well, they scrapped him in the end and they made Sova. In the earlier versions of Valorant, the character that would go on to be Sova was meant to originally be a woman. I couldn't find any concept art or any pictures of it, unfortunately, but basically just imagine Sova. He already has long hair. Just imagine him with a slightly bigger chest, and that's what it was meant to be. Least but not last, according to a Valorant dev, Sova being a Serb was considered instead of him being Russian during his early development. And not only that, but he was also meant to be Nikola Tesla's descendant, which is a really cool concept. But I think that was because his name back then was Jules, so then it would make sense for him to be connected with Nikola Tesla. It's a really cool concept. I've got to give them that personality and abilities. Sova is a humble hunter who believes in the value of strategic thinking. As we all know, he never missed a shot. Unless you've been in silver lobbies, then, well, he never actually hit one. Anyways, as we all know, Sova is a team player. He values his team and always voices his opinion. He would even risk his life for the benefit of his team. He has really strong values and he expects the same in return from his team. Sova is calm and collected. One could say he's a measured person, like Cypher said. He describes Sova as a man of principle because Sova has values, honesty, as well as transparency. And when it comes to appearances, he has long blonde hair, which was originally meant to be brunette, which goes all the way to his shoulders. He has a bionic right eye with blue lenses, a fair line coat with the X-shaped symbol on his left shoulder and X-shaped on the back. Also, what I find pretty cool is that his boots are owl-shaped, which really fits his character. When it comes to his abilities, it's as follows. So his C ability is his owl drone. He shoots a marking dart. Whoever it hits, that player is revealed until they take that dart out. His Q ability is bow with shock bolt. It detonates upon collision and it damages nearby enemies who are close enough. His E ability is his recon bolt, which activates upon collision, revealing locations of nearby enemies who are in the eyesight of it. And then lastly, his ultimate, which is his X ability, Sova shoots 3 long-range attacks which penetrate the walls, and it deals a lot of damage to, well, whoever it hits. And he can reactivate it twice in case he doesn't use all 3 shots in one go. Lore. Sova is an initiator from Russia, and although he's calm and collected towards his teammates, he is in fact very ruthless towards his enemies, as he believes in himself and his team to win. The Through the Looking Glass card implies that he had an encounter with the Rift in his home country and his Omega counterpart. There's also clear implication of military background through the "you already lost an eye" voice line. Before joining Valorant Protocol, Agent Fade released a dossier about Sova as a part of her blackmailing Valorant Protocol. As per the dossier, Sova is the man who never missed a shot, as even before joining the protocol, he was well known for his accuracy. However, because of his image, he is expected to be reliable and dependable. Not only that, but he is very much expected to always hit a shot, no matter how difficult it will be. And if he misses, well, there will be severe consequences, because his entire legacy he's built over the years will come crashing down, and I would say this is Sova's biggest flaw. In the dossier, we also learned he had a reputation before joining Valorant Protocol. He earned himself the title of Filin, brother of steel and string, where the first word in that sentence is a Russian word translating to eagle owl, which are large species of owls found across Eurasia. Relationship. Sova has close ties with his grandmother, as per the babushka voice line. However, there is some friction between him and Cypher due to the secret Cypher keeps to himself, which conflicts with Sova's values. We can also see there is some friction between them from Sova's voice line, "Goodbye Cypher, you will not be missed," which is, well, self-explanatory. However, our dear Sova has secrets too, and that seems to not bother him or conflict his values, funnily. Anyways, we can see it through the voice line, Sova, I accessed your background files. A good story, but that's not really how you lost your eye, by Cypher, which also tells us that we don't really know how Sova lost his eye, and it was never really explained and given to us the answer. We also know that Sova has met his Omega counterpart through this voice line. Sova, I spared you when we first met. I can't let you go again. Many agents meet their counterpart in the lore. However, none of them really meet the counterpart before on the battlefield or before the battlefield like Sova did, so that makes Sova a bit special. And then moving on to other relationships. So when it comes to Sova's relationship with Sova, they met in the past, very little information to even say anything about it. For Brimstone, they have a caring friendship. Sova is very happy to follow Brimstone's lead, and he calls him captain. And Brimstone tells Sova to look after himself because, well, he already lost an eye for the team, or whatever that means, because we don't really know what happened, as mentioned before. When it comes to Viper, Sova disapproves her methods, and he's scared of her violent nature and need for revenge. He is also very sympathetic for her state and believes it would be a mercy to kill her. Viper's relationships with Sova is mild as she praises him from time to time. Phoenix. Sova respects Phoenix's power as well and enthusiasm, calling him a friend. Sova teaches him patience and to think before advancing a strategy because Phoenix is a duelist, so he just rushes in, whereas Sova, well, he's a bit more laid back and chill. When it comes to Sage, it's kind of funny because so far Sova respects her healing and power and is amazed that she can fight well despite being a healer. So, because apparently being a healer means that you can't shoot with guns. Anyways, Reyna. Sova is aware of her unstoppable strength when she's in her ulti, and so advises his team to kill her before she can even get to that ulti and activate it. And Reyna desires Sova's skills and control in dangerous situations. Lastly, when it comes to Breach, let's just say they don't get along very well, since Sova believes Breach is aggressive and impatient, claiming they will amount to nothing, or at least nothing good, as he doesn't wait for the rest of his team and advises his team to use Breach's aggressive trait against him in battle. And then in turn, Breach has a contempt for Sova's belief that he can be stopped with just arrows because Breach is Breach. When it comes to cards, we have the following. So we've got the Versus Sova plus Cypher, which is this one. Then we have Mementos Part 1, which is this one. Then we get Valorant Go Volume 2 Sova. Then we get Be Mine Sova. And lastly, we get Written in the Stars Sova, which I really like, actually. I loved that card when it came out. When it comes to theories, there's only one that I could find on the interwebs, and it's probably the most well-known one. However, it's believed that it's about Breach and Sova. Let's start with that. So they might have either been enemies or worked together in the past, but they did come across each other at some point in time, because if you look at Sova's eye scar, it matches up with Breach's flashpoint ability, as you can see side by side here. And possibly he could have flashed Sova too close, so Sova had to get an implant or something like that, because they don't really have the greatest relationships as it stands now, so I wouldn't be surprised. Well, and this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it or you have something to add, leave it in the comments below, and I'm gonna go make myself some tea now.